I want to do some more order of operations practice, but this time incorporating negative numbers so we can get practice using the order of operations rules and the negative numbers rules together with each other. So here we got 5 times parentheses 3 squared minus 10 plus 5. So again, I'll go into the parentheses first and bring everything else down. So I'll have 5. And then inside the parentheses, we got 3 squared minus 10. So I'll do that exponent first. So 9 and then minus 10 plus 5. All right, 9 minus 10 is going to give us a negative 1. So we'll have 5 times negative 1 plus 5. And usually you'll see negative numbers put in parentheses. You don't have to write them like that, but it helps separate them from positive numbers. And if we didn't have those, this might look like this, 5 times negative 1. And I don't know, sometimes maybe you miss that multiplication and you think it's 5 minus 1, but so it's just good practice to put negative numbers in parentheses. Okay, so we have now multiplication and addition. So 5 times negative 1 is negative 5, and then plus 5 is going to give us 0. All right, next one here, 2 squared times negative 9 minus 1. So we'll do, even though there's parentheses, there's nothing inside. It's just a negative number. Again, you use parentheses sometimes to contain negative numbers. So don't need to do anything in there, but I'll do this exponent first. So 2 squared is 2 times 2, which is 4, times negative 9 and then minus 1. I'll do the multiplication. So 4 times negative 9. 4 times 9 is 36, but 4 times negative 9 is going to be negative 36, and then minus 1, which is going to give us negative 37. All right, next one. Parentheses 1 plus 5 squared minus 6 times negative 5. So I'll look at that parentheses because that's the only one that has anything going on. And we got this exponent term. So 5 squared is 5 times 5. So I'll have 1 plus 5 times 5 is 25 minus 6 times negative 5. I'll finish out what I have left in this parentheses. So 1 plus 25 is 26. And then minus 6 is going to put us back down to 20. So I'll have 20 times negative 5. And that's going to be a negative number. So 20 times 5 is 100. And we'll make that a negative 100. All right. Negative 5 squared times 3 divided by 5 plus 2. All right, so let's see, we got, well, we'll do the exponent first. We got to be careful with this because it's negative 5 squared. So that's going to be negative 5 times negative 5. We could write it like that if we want to, just to spell it out. And a negative times a negative is a positive. So 5 times 5 is 25, and we'll keep it positive. So 25, and then times 3 divided by 5 plus 2. 25 times 3 is, well, again, we do multiplication before the division because we go left to right. So 25 times 3 is 75, and then divided by 5 and plus 2. So 75 divided by 5, that'll be 15. So 15 plus 2 is going to be 17. All right. This, I don't even feel like saying all this. So whenever you have parentheses within parentheses, like we do right here, let's do that first. So bring down everything else. Negative 1 minus negative 22. We'll definitely do something with that in a bit. Plus 2 times 7, well, that's 14. And then divided by, since this parentheses has nothing to do with this one over here, I can do that in this same first step as well, and that's not going to change anything. So negative 15 divided by 3, a negative divided by a positive is going to give us a negative, and 15 over 3 is 5, so negative 5 there. I'll leave it in parentheses. Okay, And so one thing that sticks out is anytime you have minus a minus, just turn both of them into pluses. So really this is -1 plus 22 plus 14 divided by -5. So let's do everything in here. -1 plus 22, or we could think of it as 22 minus 1, is going to be 21, and then plus 14 divided by -5. 21 plus 14 is going to be 35, and then divided by -5. So a positive divided by a negative is going to give us a negative. And then we just look at the numbers. So 35 divided by 5 is going to be 7. So -7 is our answer. All right. I think this is the last one. We'll see. So 2 times 5 plus 5 times 2 divided by 10 squared. Okay. So we'll go look in the parentheses first. And we got addition, multiplication. So whenever you don't have that multiplication dot like we do here, just two numbers next to each other, and usually one of them's in parentheses, that's automatically assumed multiplication. And we have division. So since we got multiplication and division, just go left to right. We'll do the addition later. So I'll have 2 times 5 plus 5 times 2 is 10. And then divided by 10. Keep that squared. A lot of people forget exponents if you don't pay close attention for them. And then we got addition and division, so I'll do the division. So 2 times 5 plus 10 divided by 10 is 1. Don't forget that squared. 5 plus 1 is 6, so 2 times 6 squared. And now I have multiplication and an exponent, so I'll do the exponent first and get 2 times 36, and then 2 times 36 is 72. And I think that's it. Nope, I lied again. Here's another one. That, I don't want to say all that. So again, whenever you have parentheses within parentheses, that's where you want to start, and we got some right here. So 10 plus -5. All right, adding a negative is like subtracting a positive. So instead of 10 plus -5, I can think of it as 10 minus -5. Or I have 10, and then I'm going to introduce a subtraction. So 10 plus -5 is going to be like saying 10 minus 5, which is 5. So I'll have -5 divided by 5. And then all of that squared, that's coming from there, times 100 minus -12. All right. Again, these parentheses are only here because they're containing a negative number. So I'll just do -5 divided by 5. So we'll get -1. So -1 and then squared times 100 minus -12. All right, exponents come before multiplication, so -1 squared, that's just like saying -1 times -1, which is +1. So I'll have 1 times 100 minus -12. And let's see, 1 times 100 is just 100. And then minus -12 can take away those parentheses, and I'll see that, hey, I have these minus a minus, so just turn both of them into plus signs. So we get 100 plus 12, which is going to be 112. And great, there's another one. More practice, why not? So all of that, let's work with our parentheses first. So in here, I'll do 6 minus 7, which is -1. So -1 to the 5th. And then I have 10 squared times that, and then divided by, again, since this parentheses is its own parentheses, it has nothing related to this one, I can do it at the same time in that same first step. And again, here I have minus a minus, so I'll turn both of those into pluses. So I have -27 plus 7, which is going to give us negative 20. All right, so we got a couple exponents here. I can do those at the same time too. So 10 squared, that's 10 times 10, which is 100, times negative 1 to the fifth. So that's negative 1 times negative 1 times negative 1 times negative 1 times negative 1. So we'll have negative 1 times negative 1 is positive 1. And then times another negative 1 is back to negative 1. Times negative 1 again is back to positive 1. And then times negative 1 again is back to negative 1. So all of that just simplifies to negative 1. All right, and then divided by negative 20. So now we just have multiplication and division. I'm going left to right. 100 times negative 1 is negative 100. And then divided by negative 20. The negatives will cancel each other out. A negative divided by a negative is a positive. And 100 divided by 20 is 5. So we'll have positive 5, and that's it.